they never know. Money go check low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. They never know. They never know. My lady, you know me, no fi give up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we dey go? Now forward ever, backward never. Them they pray make we run down never, 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 never. I'ma get that low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. They never know. They never know. Without you, baby, the journey go too rough. So you know, girl, I be feeling this love. Even when I'm down, you wanna wait in this up. It's not blessing, I'ma not be luck. Baby, nobody feel there like you. I said nobody feel make me feel the way you do. I'ma get that low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. They never know. They never know. My lady, you know me, no fi give up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we dey go? Now forward ever, backward never. Them they pray make we run down never, 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 never. I'ma get that low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. baby, the journey go too rough. So you know, girl, I be feeling this love. Even when I'm down, you wanna wait in this up. It's not blessing, I'ma no be luck. Baby, nobody feel there like you. Rara, rara. I say nobody feel make me feel the way you do. Rara, rara. I'ma get that hello. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go jack hello. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. They never know. They never know. My lady, you know me, no forgive up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we they go? Now forward and far, backward never. Them they pray make we run down never, 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 never. I'ma get that low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go jack low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. They never know. They never know. Without you, baby, the journey go too rough. So you know, girl, I be feeling this love. Even when I'm down, you wanna wait in this up. It's not blessing, I'ma no be luck. Baby, nobody feel there like you. Rara, rara. I say nobody feel make me feel the way you do. Rara, rara. I'ma get that hello. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go jack hello. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. They never know. They never know. My lady, you know me, no forgive up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we they go? Now forward and far, backward never. Them they pray make we run down never, never, never. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check I know. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. They never know. They never know. Without you, baby, the journey go too rough. So you know, girl, I be feeling this love. Even when I'm down, you wanna waiting this up. It's not blessing, I'ma no be luck. Baby, nobody feel day like you. Rara, rara. I say nobody feel make me feel the way you do. Rara, rara. I'ma get that low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. 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 My lady, you know me, no fit give up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we they go? Now forward and far, backward never. Them they pray make we run down never, 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 never. I'ma get that low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. They never know. They never know. Without you, baby, the journey go too rough. So you know, girl, I be feeling this love. Even when I'm down, you wanna waiting this up. It's not blessing, I'ma no be luck. Baby, nobody feel day like you. Rara, rara. I say nobody feel make me feel the way you do. Rara, rara. I'ma get that low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. They never know. They never know. you know me no forgive up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we did.
Oh, there we go. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Hi everybody. So I'm also trying to figure this out here on my side. Recording the screen again. Oh, I see. So sorry for making you wait. We were trying Zoom first, and now we're on Skype again. So I gotta record Skype again now, because using Skype, you can finally hear some awesome harmonica playing by Rowland. Thank you for joining us for this stream tonight.
Thanks for having me.
I'm glad we figured this out so we can hear some of your playing too. So I yet have to move you around a little so you're centered on the right side of the screen. Let me do this here. But people can see you already. Transform. Where's transform? There it is. That's fine. Okay. There we go. Everybody, we're here on the Hohner YouTube channel. This is Hohner Live episode 121. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know from where you're tuning in. And we're glad that we had the time to set this up properly again. All good in Tennessee. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely ask some questions here in the chat too, and we're happy to answer. Yeah.
And is the chat on the side? Do I see questions as well, or is it just on your side?
I mean, you could see them if you just click or watch the live stream at the same time, but mute it. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
It's definitely open for everyone. Everybody can see it. Yeah.
Cool.
So thank you for joining us. You're located in Sacramento now. We figured out the time zones and stuff.
Yep. Sacramento, California.
That's good.
I just found. All right. Let's see. I want to join and see what people are saying on chat. So I'm here on the live feed. I'm gonna see if I can see the chat. Yeah, I don't know how to see the chat on there, but that's all right.
Okay, but yeah, if there are questions, I'm gonna read them out loud.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Cool. So I read that you started your journey at just 10 years old. Is that true? That's even earlier than I did.
Yep. Yeah, I was 10 years old. I've been playing harmonica since I was a baby, really. My parents put a harmonica in my crib when I came home from the hospital. So I really started playing it and trying to practice on it when I was really, really young. But when I was 10 years old, it was the first time I ever had the opportunity to perform on stage in front of people at a festival. And then from there, I just ended up traveling with that band for a while here in Sacramento. And so, yeah, that's kind of when I started my career, was at the age of 10.
That's crazy. So how did it feel to go on stage for the first time? Because I remember my first time walking up on stage with the harmonica, and yeah, that was nerve-wracking.
I want to tell you, man, I mean, like, I didn't feel nervous or anything, and people seemed to enjoy it, but I remember coming off the stage going, what did I just do? Like, I definitely remember that being in my head, like, what just happened?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But you remember what you played back then? Was it like a blues performance?
Oh yeah, it was. So it's a local band. The gentleman by the name of Mick Martin. He's a local disc jockey here and kind of a staple here in Sacramento when it comes to blues. And he had a band called Mick Martin Blues Rockers, and since the 70s and 80s. But I think from what I remember, I think it was like his rendition of Robert Johnson's Walkin' Blues, which sounds completely different than obviously Robert Johnson's song. But yeah, it was more of kind of a blues rock version of that. And so, and that's definitely one of the songs I remember playing. But other than that, everything else is a blur.
Yeah, I see. Because that's pretty common, I feel like, for harmonica players just to start out playing in local blues bands, joining them, like guest appearances and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I've heard that quite a lot. And but you know what, like from that day when Mick put me on the stage, I played with his band till I was 16, 17 or so. And I mean, he really helped me form being a musician. And then from there, I started my own band at the age of 16, and our first gig was the Monterey Blues Festival. And that was from there. I've had my own band ever since. So yeah, I mean, definitely such a big help and a big step for me in early on in my career.
Yeah. So did you actually hear the harmonica before the age of 10, or did you just discover it? Like, what was the first place you heard the instrument?
Yes, Father. My dad's a truck driver, and he would use the harmonica to stay awake while driving on the road, usually from Sacramento.
Oh, yeah.
And so he would use the harmonica to stay awake. And then when I was born, they figured he figured he'd just give me one of his old harmonicas. And so I, like I said, you know, when I was really little, and I had a harmonica in my crib, and he would play cassette tapes. He would play Muddy with James Cotton, and then he would play Robert Johnson and B.B. King. And so I guess the real first harp I guess I ever heard was my dad. But on a blues aspect, it was Cotton for sure, or Portnoy, probably Osher on some stuff. But
okay.
Yeah, and then like my dad has a great ear. Like he's not really a harmonica player, but he can hear a song and figure it out on the harmonica. And so he always kind of showed me how to hold the harmonica, and he kind of tinkered with it. And so and then that's why he took me out when I was 10 years old to see this known harmonica player here in Sacramento.
I see. Yeah. So that's what you to the harmonica at such a young age. Yeah. So James Cotton seems to be one of the most influential figures in that early journey, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So what's something he does that everybody can learn from?
I think that just the way, I mean, like I'm gonna probably like, you know, every harmonica teacher in the world is probably send me an email after this and go, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But and there's a thing in the harmonica world where people, you know, say you got to play it so quiet, and like not quiet, lighter. So where Cotton just takes that rule and just throws it out of the window. So you know, so if you have a thing that right, and then if you have Cotton do that, you know, it's just so he didn't hold back. It was just very. There's definitely some points when, you know, he would play on the higher register where he would, you know, but then there was definitely songs where he would play lighter. But when it comes to his approach to harmonica, it was just full force, just no back, and I think that a lot of people like, I call it like confidence when you're playing the harmonica, and up-and-coming harmonica players, or even people that play harmonica all the time, I think it's important to recognize Cotton's just full force confidence, and this is what I'm playing. Just power.
That's very true, yeah. So how often do you blow out your harmonicas?
Well, luckily I play Hohner harmonicas, so these things are resilient, baby.
Okay, yeah. What's the model you prefer playing? Was that just a regular marine band?
Marine Band. That's what it is. But I really enjoy. I started picking up what is it, the Deluxe. I like Marine Band Deluxe only for the reason of I can get replacement reed plates.
Okay, yeah.
That's I mean, and I mean it's nice to have like the old the bat whatnot. That's cool too. But I mean that's for me. It's more important to have being able to change our reed plates. The Marine Band Deluxe is just to me just the best harp. I have a funny story pertaining to Cotton about that. I had the opportunity to know him pretty well as a young kid and a young adult. And when I first met him, I was 13, and he called me on stage and we played Mojo, the old Muddy song Mojo. And afterwards, I was playing Big River harps, which had plastic combs, also by Marine Band. And so Cotton says, "Oh, you got to get these wood combs." And he held up a Marine Band. He showed me you got to get the wood comb. You get rid of those plastic combs. So I went out and not me. I was 13. My father, bought a couple of these Marine Bands throughout the years and whatnot. And I started playing wood combs because Cotton said that that's what I had to play. So I started playing wood combs, and then I saw him again when I was 16, and he was playing Hubert, a tour with Hubert at the time. And Cotton and I were back in the back kind of green room area. And he said, "You got to get these insert other harmonica company that we won't mention that rhymes with Rowland that begins with an S." And he held these, and the harmonica he was playing at the time was not Hohner anymore.
Yeah.
And he says, you got to get these harmonicas, man. These combs are great, And me being 16, I thought my britches were a little big, and I blurted out, "MFer, you told me to get wood combs, and I got wood combs. Now you give me to switch to those things, And then he said, "Yeah, well, I get these for free or something. I can't remember, And he said, "I get these ones for free," and they laughed about it. But for me, the Marine Band and just the pearwood comb is the best. Now that doesn't mean you can't get a great sound out of a plastic comb by a Hohner. But one time I was in Cotton with Matt Murphy, and I was hanging with him there, and his A harmonica, I'll just say the name of Seidel, blew out because not great harmonicas. So Seidel blew out, and so he was looking for a harmonica, and I had an A Marine Band, and he asked if he could borrow it, and so I gave him my A Marine Band. And when Cotton went up there playing a Marine Band, it was like, there he is, man. There's Cotton again, and it definitely, for some reason, like the Seidel changed his tone. And the second he picked back up a Marine Band and played, it was like, and I talked to the rest of the band, and the band was like, man, that was like, we had great memories of him before he signed to the other company with, that those harmonicas break.
Nice. That's a good story for this channel. So besides his playing, like how did James Cotton like shape your maybe stage presence or like style of performance?
Yeah, well, what's interesting about that is Cotton is known as a blues harmonica player, but a lot of the stuff that he did on his own, he kind of crossed over to funk and some soul and whatnot, and just taking those aspects of his transformation throughout his career and kind of seeing, okay, what can I do that, I'm not trying to sound just like Cotton. I want to have my own sound, but I just really respect how he didn't stay as a blues musician. He ventured off into other music, but he also kept the root of playing blues. Like what he played over funk songs is what he would have played over when he played with Mud. And that was like that, and that took me like, so I recorded with this heavy metal band here out of Sacramento, a hair metal band from the 80s by the name of Tesla. And Tesla's a pretty large game band, And so I recorded on one of their songs, and I'm listening to it, and I just didn't know like what to do. You know, like I'm a blues harp player, and here I am. They're playing this. It's a great song, just really really rock song. And I remember I asked Estrin once, you know, what do you do in music outside of blues? You know, that's more hard rock or something. And a buddy of mine, we live here in St. We live too far away from each other, but he says, whenever you hear something that you don't know what to do, just think of what Cotton would do. And that, like when I was recording with this heavy metal band, it was like perfect. Like, yeah, like Cotton would come in here, you know, and that's what I did, and it made it on the record. And whatnot. It's just that piece of advice is like, yeah, that's like what would Cotton do, and something so powerful with a guy with so much power.
Oh yeah. Right. There's Pamela in the chat, been playing on a harmonica that I just put temperament reed plates on. It has been a fun experience. Oh yeah, interesting. How do you go about that? Do you just go with the compromise tuning of the Marine Band? Or have you ever thought of like other tunings?
I really have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I mean, I a lot of my buddies, they play other tunings and stuff, and I take the harp out of the box and I play it until it dies and breaks. And if it dies and breaks, I just get new reed plates, put on, screw them back in. I mean, I don't know how to tune my harps. I don't understand it. I really don't. People talk about country tuning, Victor tuning, or that stuff there. And I could be completely saying something that's just makes no sense right now. And I am completely dumb when it comes to tuning harmonicas or even knowing about other tunings. I just kind of just play straight out the box.
Yeah. I think there aren't even like out-of-box instruments out there that are just intonation tuned anymore. Maybe like one or two, but I don't even know them. But how about, I'm really bad at this too, how about cleaning your instruments?
Oh, yeah. Well, with the Marine Band, the standard Marine Band, you have nails on the sides.
Yeah.
So what I do is I am probably the worst guy to be asking about this.
Same here, but that's what I'm asking.
Like, I mean, it's gotta be hard. I sit on these things, man, and I stuff always gets lodged in them. But even, and a lot of people kind of stay with these harps because of the nails and whatnot. But I don't understand why. I put a flathead screwdriver up there and pop the nails up. And then when I want to put it back together, get a pair of pliers and put the nails back in. But then once in there, when it comes to cleaning the harp, there's a guy, Deke Harp. I don't know if I'm sure everybody knows about Deke Harp. He kind of showed me a trick of, I don't know, I think it's like 80 or 90% of the time a reed gets stuck. There's something that's just a reed. So what he does is he gets this tool that he showed me, and he gave me one, and it's hard to explain what it is, but it's just, and then he just kind of runs it between the reed and the reed plate, and you walk either like a mustache hair or even like a flake from your lip, like a skin flake, just fall out, and then that just immediately releases the reed. So a lot of the time that's what it is. And I mean, I started thinking about all the harmonicas I threw away I was a kid just because it's broken and threw away. I'm like, oh, maybe it was probably not broken, probably just a little skin flake or something. So yeah, that's probably my extent to cleaning the harmonica. Sometimes I'll take the covers off, and it's kind of a cool science experiment inside, and kind of look like the Statue of Liberty sometimes. And then just sometimes I'll scrape it off and maybe run that through, wash the metal reed covers. But other than that, and the plate covers. But other than that, I don't really.
Yeah. Yoav asks, how many hops can he fit in his hat?
Well, probably a lot. It's a big Stetson.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say 12.
So that's what you do during your performances, like how many instruments do you travel with? Do you take with you on stage?
Yeah. So I predominantly play harp, but I also play a lot of guitar. I have figured out that for me, guitar is just absolutely fun to play. And when I'm playing harp on stage, I can watch the fingers of guitar players and watch where they're going. That's how I learned how to play guitar, is watching them play. So I play quite a lot of guitar. I'm not a shredder. I don't really know how to play a million notes a second. My guitar inspirations are like, Lightning Hopkins or Magic Sam, stuff like that, and T-Bone. One of my biggest guitar inspirations is Little Walter, actually. Little Walter did 4 songs where he played guitar. And I mean, if you look at it in a technical lens, it's like, people are like, oh gosh, that's awful, and maybe he's, not playing the right timing. But to me, it's like some of the best guitar playing was like Little Walter playing on those 4 tunes. But I'm also learning more bass and playing a lot of bass, play a little bit of upright. I play drums in church. But it's like a miraculous type of thing, I swear, because the second I step out of church and I get behind a drum set like anywhere else, I just can't play. But like when I'm going to church, I feel like God's like, all right, here's a miracle for you. You can play drums, but nowhere else, because I've tried to play drums on stage and it just falls apart. And I think the next instrument I like is fiddle, or that's kind of the next thing. I'm a big country music fan of blues, and I just really enjoy the sound of a fiddle. But yeah, I mean, so I traveled. I usually take a guitar that's in standard tuning. I play a lot of slide guitar too.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Probably a guitar that's in the key of in D, as in dog, and then my harps. But yeah, I mean, I joined a band recently, just bass, which is fantastic. So I just show up with a bass amp and a bass, and I leave. It's fantastic. There's a lost art in being a sideman.
So what do you think about lip pursing versus tongue blocking?
Yeah.
How did you start out, and on which side are you now?
Yeah, I do a lot of tongue blocking. But I mean, I think that there's a lot of harmonica players that did exceptional work on the harmonica without tongue blocking or even knowing how to. Lazy Lester, who's a dear friend of mine as well, he didn't tongue block. He played, it just did pursing. And for me, tongue blocking, it gives you that attack. But for someone like Lester, if you look like Lazy Lester stuff, he's more of a melodic player. He's doing stuff that's goes along with the melody of the song. So maybe tongue blocking is not the right fit for that type of thing. That's why he does more lip piercing. And I think, yeah, it kind of really just depends on what you're doing. I mean, if I'm doing a country song, I'm not going to really be tongue blocking as much. But if I'm doing a blues song, I'm going to be doing a lot of tongue blocking. So.
Okay, right, yeah. There's another question by Yoav. How much does feel matter in the sound of country?
How much does feel matter?
Yeah.
In the sound of country. I mean, I think that if you can't feel what you're playing, then you shouldn't really just be you shouldn't be playing. I mean, I think that might be a controversial statement, but I mean, at the end of the day, music is a way to express your feelings to other people, and and I think if you don't feel anything when you play music, at that point you're just trying to show off what you can do, because if there's no feeling behind it, the feeling that replaces that inner soulful feeling, watch what I can do. Let me try and make you feel better out there by my stuff, by my talent and whatnot. And to me, that doesn't fit in my idea of music. Other people might disagree with me, but I think that all music, whether it be blues or country, you have to feel it. You really have to. And I'm not saying you can't, because there's a lot of cultural things that you can't like force yourself to feel like a certain way or anything like that. But you can drive down to some deep stuff in your life that you could be dealing with, or even some great, triumphs you're dealing with, and just you put that emotion behind your instrument. That's where you're going to get the music. Other than that, if you ain't feeling it, you should just throw it away.
Yeah.
Or if you play Hohner, just send me your harmonicas.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, for me, it's also just important to have like some sort of an emotional connection to the music I play. Like, if you don't have that, it doesn't really make sense. And like after visiting this harmonica festival in South Korea, like I got a request to play like a modern classical piece by a Korean composer for harmonica and violin or something in Berlin, and it was like super contemporary, and I'm not a chromatic player, so I would have had to practice a lot, and then I also listened to the music. There was like a video on it on YouTube already of like some other player performing it, and I just couldn't connect emotionally to it. It was like very modern, so I didn't do it. Yeah. Even though I was excited about it and the Korean connection and yeah. But there was like one case where that was like very, very apparent. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you play any chromatic?
I do, but it's just like the position, I don't know, like blues chromatic, I don't really, and that's another instrument that I really don't know anything about. I'm kind of limited to what Walter, what Cotton played and on the chromatic, and I listen to modern guys and Estrin and stuff, of course, but I'm pretty limited to that. When it comes to like scales on the chromatic, I really don't. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't even know how to play do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do on a diatonic, let alone anything on a chromatic, other than blues, third position blues,
Right, yeah. Well, what's your chromatic instrument then? Like which model?
Oh, whatever one I could find in the garage that still plays.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. Let's see. I got some vintage chromatics. I guess these old Hohner's ones here, man. I got these old ones here. What are these? I don't even. They're called Super Chromatica. I got a couple. I use the big one too, the big 64 Hohner.
Oh yeah.
Hohner chromatic too. Man, it's actually right here on the other side. This thing here. 64. That's what I use. But I don't. Like I said, man, I just. But I don't really know the thing. I know I can push the button on some part. But other than that, man, I don't really,
Yeah.
No, I'm honest, pretty dumb when it comes to harmonica.
But you got a nice vibrato going on, even on the chromatic. Like, how do you do that kind of vibrato? Is that like a throat kind of thing?
Yeah. So I don't know. I kind of, if you know the movie E.T., and that kid is like he like at the end of the movie he's like breathing in while talking. He's like and like it sounds weird without a harmonica. That's what I'm doing. And I'm doing that as I'm breathing in. So
yeah.
And that's like the best way. I'm such an awful harmonica teacher too, man. I've tried teaching harmonica, and it's so like difficult to say I'm in my mouth like with the air. So I mean, I really value guys that know how to do that, like Joe Falisco and Jason and stuff like that, man. These guys, like, being able to play harmonica is one thing, but being able to teach it's like, how do you do that, man?
Yeah, but that's a very distinct sound, like that, the throat vibrato thing on the chromatic. That's really, really cool.
Thanks, man. I didn't really notice it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's even like some classical chromatic players use that type of vibrato sometimes. It's very intense. It's cool. And I don't notice that I'm doing it too. Like somebody told me after listening to my very few dramatic recordings. Yeah. What's like another blues harmonica technique that you're excited about right now, or that you like to incorporate into your playing that you can tell the listeners and viewers about?
I mean, like I don't want to keep talking about Cotton because I feel like I've talked about him a lot. He did play a big role in my life, so it's kind of like a lot of things I do kind of go back to his playing. But that thing there, you know, where he's just really just a lot of that slapping, you know.
Yeah.
It's a really great effect. It really adds up power. But I recently did it and chipped like my front tooth. So I guess this is me telling people if they try to do that, be very careful not to like chip your tooth. And then I had to have some like dental work done. But it was from doing that Cotton thing and then the harmonica and hit harmonica hitting my tooth. But yeah, I mean, I think that is a very good effect. I think that space is so important in a song. So if you are doing like a shuffle, you know, for me, and then you want to play like some Jerry Reed stuff, or you know, on the higher end of the harp. So if you shuffle is, you know, here, man, kind of like, you know, if the band is one. Right. And, you know, something kind of would go along with that I would do is just to recognize space. The skin flake now. But something, you know, something like that. I mean, this is tuned down in D, so that doesn't really work out because that's a G harp. But I think that space is a big thing when it comes to playing harmonica, because harmonica can be like overdone and so over the top, and it can drive people out of listening. You know, that's too much harp. You know, so I think you want your audience to go away going, man, I really played more harmonica. You know, and next time doing exactly what you did, because then people are like, oh, I'm here to listen to more harmonica, not okay, I've had my feel of harmonica. You know, so I try to incorporate songs in my set where I won't play harmonica for 2, 3, 4 songs, and I'll play guitar, I'll just do singing, and I try, you know, keep a healthy balance. I think that's really important when it comes to performance of the harmonica. But technique-wise, I don't really, I haven't really thought about it. That's a good question. I think those are two important things, I guess, that do have to do with technique, but.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure if like your video is mirrored, but are you holding the harmonica in your right hand?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that's because when I started, when I was a kid, I had hands, and so I use it like this, you know, and I had a lot of people when I was growing up. Man, you're not gonna go anywhere on that harmonica. You're not gonna get better if you don't hold it the right way.
Yeah.
You know? And I just kind of, you know, surprisingly didn't listen to them and just kind of kept going with this. I mean, I hold the harp like sideways, you know. It's, and so I mean, when I'm playing, I'm like this.
I mean, your wow in the lower octave is huge, so like it works.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried. I mean, some songs, I guess I'll go like this. Which I work, but sometimes I do it. You know, I don't know. I'm so used to growing up playing like that I think, you know, that I just done it like that. So it depends. I just switch every now and again. I don't even know I'm switching really.
Yeah, interesting. What would you say, like nowadays, people starting out to play harmonica, or like rather, how do we get more young people to start out playing harmonica? Like, how can young people discover the instrument nowadays? Because I feel like it's like just like kind of random, you know? And it's not on TV, it's not in music school, it's not whatever.
I think programs like this on YouTube, very, very important, and other platforms and whatnot are very important to getting the word out. Because there might be some kid sees this and goes, "Oh wow, man, that's cool. I want to do that." I think there's been a lot of modern day kids learn from YouTube. Whereas myself, I learned from a cassette or CD or my vinyl collection. But I think nowadays, having that capability to be able to pause on the computer and listen to it and kind of just back it up is a lot easier than stop the needle or rewinding the tape and whatnot, or in CD players that make those anymore. But I think that when it comes to that I'm part of this committee for SPA. SPA is a Society for the Preservation and the Advancement of the Harmonica. Hope I got that right. And we are on this committee called the William Rosebush Youth Committee, and it's kind of our position. There's 4 of us now to kind of scour the internet, scour the world of harmonica, and kind of find out young harmonica players that are under the age of 21, and then we kind of we ask them, we send them an application, and they apply for this scholarship, and then we spend a while studying them and listening to what they're doing, and then we kind of make the decision of bringing around 6 youth to our annual convention, which is in August. And kind of our first step of bringing young people into the scene is kind of a direct way. And then once they're there for the scholarship, they get featured on a few shows. And then what they do is they sell raffle tickets to raise money for the next group of youth scholars for the following year. And then we always tell our current scholars, hey, we want you to come back. Like, we want this experience for you to not just be a now experience, but to be an every year experience. We want you to come back to our SPA convention, but we also want you to connect with other harmonica players, because there's so many other harmonica like summits going on across the world, parts of the year. And if these kids that come to SPA or come to these harmonica summits can like connect to other people, and maybe especially on Skype or Zoom, I think I think technology is a big way to find this next younger generation coming up. In a perfect world, it'd be great to hand out harmonicas at schools, and I'm a part of a group in South Carolina called Blues in the Schools. And what we do is we go around to local elementary and junior high and high schools, and we teach them about blues and just kind of American music in general, and the transform of different kinds of music from blues. And then we play music with them. We play music with, so I bring my band with me, and then we'll get them to sing along with us, and kind of is like an introduction of, like, a lot of them don't even know what a harmonica is, and so when they see this harmonica, like, so I kind of hope that maybe more of those programs around the country, people might go, man, I saw this guy come and play this thing called a harmonica. I would like to get one of those, Mom or Dad. Can I get one for Christmas? I think it's just like being heard, getting out in the community, connecting with people, technology. I think that's will grow this younger generation.
Yeah, that's definitely good. I think I'm not sure about this, but like I feel like in Asia there are like some schools that do the harmonica like instead of the flute, kind of,
Oh yeah.
But it's definitely not the case in the US or in Europe. So
it's pretty crazy looking for around the globe for different harmonica players. It's like India and China have these like schools of the harmonica, and they produce some of like the greatest classical harmonica chromatic players and diatonic players in like the world, man. And we're finding these young kids on there, and it's a little bit difficult to get them to SPA because they live in China, do have funds for that. I guess the difficult part of that is them obscuring the visa. That can be kind of difficult. from like, we have a few people that come from India, and that have been on our radar for 5-6 years, and each time they try to get a visa and they're either denied or yeah, and it just doesn't work out. But these schools of harmonica in these other countries, I don't know how that would get started here in America. I don't know, but it's very interesting.
Yeah. Because, like, when's the last time harmonica was on TV, like, big time in the US?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, there was like one pop song that I think had like harmonica features, and I don't even know the name of the song, but it's like a modern day pop song, and it's like one out of a million. You know, I don't.
Right. Yeah, I even feel like in nowadays country music, like if you listen to whatever, I check out like Hot Country on Spotify, you know? There could be way more harmonica in there, you know?
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of like, I think there's a lot of like soul musicians too that are coming up that are fantastic, and that I've really been recently enjoying. That's like Charlie Crockett, Leon Bridges, and I think there's a lot of room in those. And oh, the Teskey Brothers, man, those three groups have just been really fantastic. And it's like, man, harmonica would sound really cool on this. But you know, yeah, I think that'd be interesting. And that would no doubt get people into the harmonica. If, you know, Leon Bridges hired a harmonica player to play behind him. You know, that would like people would go crazy.
Yeah, because like even you can see that with pop artists, as soon as they play some harmonica, even if they can't play, it's just like blow draw, you know, and they got the right key harmonica in their hand. There's like some sort of magic about it, like the audience usually goes crazy, you know.
Yeah, my feelings on that, man. There's people that I see play the harmonica that really aren't really making any kind of sound at it, but if they jump up and down and do a backflip, and people just really dig it, and it's you know, I think people that are listening to music are really just enjoying the sight of people enjoying themselves, and I think it's very important too. Yeah.
Yeah, what's some advice you would give to young harmonica players out there?
Keep it in your hands. Keep it in your pocket. Keep it in your mouth. Just everywhere you go, just travel with a harmonica. When I was a kid, I used to have a harmonica in my right pocket and a Hot Wheels car in my right pocket too. So I did like one of my first recordings in the studio, and I was probably 10 or something like that. I put like my Hot Wheels like in my harmonica, and somebody laughed and was like, "Oh, that'd be a great album name, Hot Wheels and Harmonica." But yeah, like, you know, I literally carried this thing wherever I went. I used to get picked on in school and stuff for playing harmonica during like the lunch period and stuff. At recess, I'd sit around, just blow hard, you know, and try to practice little Walter stuff. And man, I used to get beat up at it, man. I got things thrown at me, man. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm kind of glad I did it. And a lot of those people used to pick on me are now like, "Yeah, man, we're sorry," you know. And it's like, I think that I think just keeping the harmonica with wherever you go, man, despite people making fun of you or whatever, just like, you know, just keep playing it, man. You know, and also like listen to your kind of music. Don't just limit yourself to blues. You know, for me, I really like music that before 1970. To me, that's just like, you know, early country, blues, of course, soul and funk. And I listen to these songs. What would I play harmonica over there? That just kind of expands your playing, you know.
Yeah, that's pretty cool playing harmonica during lunch break at school, because I never brought my harmonicas to school. Like, never. I wish I would have done that, kind of. Because, like, I was practicing a lot after school, you know. But didn't feel good to do that at school.
And then, like, I ended up because my family moved to the other side of town. We transferred schools, man, and I didn't. Nobody was a musician or nothing. Nobody knew anything because got bullied in my previous school. And then like I went to school one day and I was on the news in the morning playing harp on TV, and some kid said like, "Hey, I saw I was getting ready for school. I saw you on TV. You play harmonica?" Yeah. Don't tell anybody, man. You know, like I was just kind of traumatized. Like, man, don't tell anybody. Don't let the word out. And sometimes when I was in high school, the school would ask me to play like rallies and stuff like that, and I'd turn it down. I really would. I'd say, "No, I'm okay, thank you. Though I just want to enjoy. Just want to focus on school here." So.
Yeah. Just checking the chat, but no questions, just explanations about just temperament. Yeah, just different types of tunings and stuff. Greetings from Romania. Hey, Aaron, thank you for tuning in from Romania. That's cool.
That's really cool.
What are some harmonica players? Do you still listen to harmonica music at all?
Oh, like, yeah, I mean, like, of course, like Rick Estrin and the Nightcaps, I listen to that quite often. Rick and I, like I said earlier, we really hang out quite a lot. He's one of my best, closest friends, and he always was, like, running by a new song that he just wrote. Man, check this out, you know, and like, sing it to me, and, you know, I was like, wow, this guy is a genius when it comes to writing music, but also playing the harmonica is out of this world, man. You know, but yeah, I mean, I love when Kim releases a new record or something, man. That's always really cool. Yeah, there's a lot of harp players. My buddy Nick Clark. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you know Nick Clark.
Yeah, I think we did a Hohner live. Yeah.
I love that guy. And he's just such a great harmonica player and such a great person. Yeah, I mean, I still listen to harmonica music. Absolutely. Yeah, just because I'm always curious of what people are doing with it, fresh and new too, you know, and it's just really interesting to hear new takes on stuff.
Yeah. So, I would say blues is also like has like a big improvisational aspect. Like, how do you approach improvisation, kind of? Like,
No.
Do you want to, is it your goal to create something fresh every time you play, like a jazz musician, or how do you go about that?
I think, yeah, I mean, I just kind of take of the harmonica, different stuff that I've learned from guys in the past, and just kind of think about the song that I'm playing and say what would fit best on this. You know, I mean, I'm definitely inspired by, like, you know, Walter and Cotton and Junior Wells and all those guys. But like I said before, if this song really requires more of like a Lazy Lester approach, maybe I'll kind of play that kind of stuff, which is completely different than anything else. Lester was a blues musician, but he definitely was, I can classify him more as a country musician, just a blues musician. But yeah, I mean, I think there's just the way you look at a song, and I think I approach stuff different every time I play it. I mean, of course, I probably repeated some stuff and some solos and whatnot, but it's all just a fresh set of eyes. Like, all right, what can I do with this? And, you know, yeah, it's just how you're feeling in that moment too. So that's how I look at improv.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of influences while improvising, and like a lot of the stuff that happens on stage also depends on everything, the venue, the people in there, the acoustics in the room, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I love festivals and stuff, but playing in like clubs is just a sound, you know, that and people are like right there. I remember first time I met Osher, it was like an outside venue here in Sacramento, and I was like 17, and he asked me, he was like, "Hey, can we have tables?" And we were like lifting these picnic tables that were probably 30 feet away from the stage, and we were moving several picnic tables, big wooden picnic tables, closer to the stage. And like just the thought process about that, of getting people drawn into is so amazing. Like, you don't really see that at festivals as much, you know. Festivals, people are you know, 20 yards away from you, and they might be doing their own thing. But in a club, it's you have them captured, and I think that really affects maybe what you play and how you're feeling. But don't get me wrong, I love playing festivals. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, but still, there's something about it, like especially with harmonica. I mean, obviously, it's like so small already, and like people can't see it. Like it kind of works even better if people are closer to you. You know, the kid can kind of at least guess what's going on or see like what's happening, kind of.
You draw them in, man. You can do some things, I think, when you're in like a close environment than you can at like a larger venue.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're touring a lot, right? So, like, do you enjoy most about touring, and what are some of the downsides on the road?
I mean, I'm doing a fly out gig this week that I promised myself that I wouldn't talk about, but I am. I am I'm flying to Chicago. It's my first time in Chicago, and there for one day, flying back, and it's a part. I've been hired to be Elwood in the Blues Brothers.
Oh yeah.
Not in a blues true band, I should say, not the actual Blues Brothers. And I mean that's something I recently been offered to do. I did it one other time in Sacramento. I think the downfall of that is I have to shave off my beard, and you don't have a problem. But I look like, when I shave my beard, man, I look like I'm 11, and so I don't. That's something I'm not really looking forward to. But I think the cool thing about touring is when you play in your own town for so long, you know everybody, right? Like and they come out and see you and they see you, but it's like when you play in other places, you're able to share your music with other people, and that's just, and to me it's like that's awesome, other people that I've never met before, and you make friends everywhere. I love meeting people, and there's people that I've met across the country where they've become lifelong friends and practically family, and now it's if I go there on vacation, I can stay in their house, and we go out to dinner together, and so it's for me, touring is not just playing music and stuff in other places. It's more about making connections with people and becoming friends with people.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's one of the highlights of touring is just making friends, and it's a lifelong friends, and it's just a beautiful thing. One of the downsides, I don't know, sometimes it can get a little costly. But that's kind of my own fault because I'm kind of addicted to records, buying new records. So if I go on a tour and I'm okay, I'm making some money, and then you find me like a record store, and then I come back home. Well, I didn't make money for a day, and then I found a record store. I think that's just on my own personal down thing when it comes to touring. Yeah, but I mean, I try not to be on the road for too long. I mean, I've done tours before when it's like I'm on the road for a month, and it's just draining, and I don't know, it can be a little tiring. So I feel like you do it, a week at a time, or then maybe do some local stuff here, and then then we do a fly out gig and come back. It's got to kind of I guess balance stuff, I think, and yeah.
But yeah, that's very true. I mean, there's both out there too. Like there are acts that really started in their hometown and they kind of got famous there and then kind of spread out, And then there's the other way around. Like there are so many artists that almost never play in their hometown but are like everywhere.
Yeah. It's like a lot like in Nashville or like Austin, Texas, man. There's musicians like playing on some of the world's stage when you go to, and there's also musicians like in Austin, Texas, man. You see somebody playing some huge arena one week, and you go there and play in a club, and you're like, this is crazy, man.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I recently played some hometown gigs. Like, how do you like to play in your own town? Like, how does that feel compared to somewhere else?
I've known these people for my entire career. It's fantastic. You know, they've known me since I was a little kid. So they have definitely stories that, you know, connection to me on a deeper level. Also, my hometown, a lot more family can come out and enjoy their evening, which I think is very special, is playing with family and audience. You know, when you're on the road, you're on meeting new people and strangers and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the biggest difference is that, you know.
Yeah, I always found it. I don't know. For me, it was super exciting to play in my hometown again, because like you got like people that heard something about you but never really actually heard you play, you know. So they got like some sort of weird expectations sitting in the concert hall, you know. But it kind of went well in the end, and it was pretty cool. But yeah, it's like a different feeling. I feel like if you're super far away from home, like things matter a lot less. At least for me.
Yeah. What is your hometown?
I'm in Hamburg, Germany, like the north of Germany. I mean, that's where I live for 5 years now, but like it's not my hometown.
Oh.
I'm more like from the west of Germany, which is like so super close to the Netherlands.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never been out there, man. That's kind of a lifelong goal for me, is to go out there and just play some gigs. And I've never been able to really meet as many people as I'd like to over there yet. I don't. Facebook's nice, Instagram's nice to connect with people, but yeah, that's kind of a dream of mine to go overseas and play in different countries over there.
Yeah, other way around too. Like I've never been to Spa, you know, so I got to work on that.
You're not under 21, are you? Are you under 21?
Say that again.
You under 21?
No. I'm 28, man.
Oh, man. Oh, man. I was going to send you an application for that scholarship, man. You can lie, man. It's okay. You can lie on the application. You're 21, man.
Yeah, got to work on that, because I feel like I visited a lot of harmonica festivals by now, but never Spa. Oh, there's Shane is in the chat. Hey, how are you? Pamela got a last question here. How much time did you practice when you first played harmonica versus how much time do you spend practicing now?
Always a good question. When I grew up young, as a young kid, I mean, I was practicing, like I said, at recess time during school lunches. And I was practicing an hour, 2 hours a day. Now I have 3 jobs and I'm in my master's degree. I honestly really don't practice as much as I have, and it's really hard for me to find time to practice today, which I wish I could change. And there's so much more about the harmonica. Like cats like yourself and cats like Jason Ritchie, man, you guys know more about the harmonica than probably I don't know, probably know in my life, man. I don't know hardly anything about this thing, and I would love to practice more and learn more about the harmonica. And I definitely spent more time as a younger player than I do now.
Yeah,
but I think that also like listening to music is a form of practicing.
That's true.
It's like I can listen to like a newer artist like Teskey Brothers, right? And then kind of think about where the harmonica fits in and what I can do. So it's not really more of a technical harmonica in my mouth practice. It's more of a mental, like, okay, I'd probably do this, or I'd do like this, you know. It's more a different way to look at practicing. And that I do all day long. So.
Yeah, right. That's true. I do a lot of listening.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another question. What's your favorite part about playing the harmonica? Maybe you can find something nice too.
To take this 4-inch piece of metal that wasn't originally used to create the sound that we do, just to create a sound is pretty amazing. The fact that I can take it anywhere I want, I climbed hiked a local mountain in Yosemite National Park, and I was able to take a harmonica up there, and it wasn't heavy or anything, wasn't awkward,
Yeah.
and really endless possibilities of the harmonica, and just what you can do with it. I think is a really favorite thing about it. I love the history behind it. I love, yeah, kind of the history of the musicians that played the harmonica and the story they had by just playing the harmonica. People being pulled from like depression and how it affects people's emotions and just playing harmonica. The more medical stuff, people harmonica helping people with COPD. I mean, there's just to pick a one favorite thing would be kind of a lot more difficult. Just the fact that harmonica is just a fantastic tool for all aspects of life.
Yeah.
And specifically a Hohner harmonica. That's Hohner.
Yeah, with the wooden comb. This is a question by Gurbus Aslan. What do you think about metal combs?
Metal combs. My experience with metal combs have been. I don't know. I don't know why. There's a lot of people that talk about harmonica being bright and whatnot, and a lot more people like brighter harmonicas. For me, I don't know. I really don't. I like more of a warmer sound, and I feel with a wood comb, there's more of that warmer sound. I'll use a higher harmonic. I'll use a C harp, but still is still to me warm. I mean, I could be, rather than if it's a metal comb harmonic, I feel it's more like brighter, which I personally don't really care for in my own music. That I do want more full rounded sound, but some people really want that, higher sound that you get out of metal. So there's great there's great musicians that play metal combed harmonicas, but I don't think Hohner makes a metal combed harmonica. So
The Meisterklasse harmonica. Yeah, the diatonic, the Meisterklasse.
Oh, okay, perfect. I don't think I've ever owned one of those, man. But
yeah,
maybe I'll have to talk.
Me neither. I think
I'll have to talk.
I had like a This is like part of the MS series, but like there also was like a pre-MS Meisterklasse. They were really good too, and I think I had one of them at some point. But like also, I prefer the wooden comb. The only thing I would prefer about the metal comb would be the weight. Like it's nice to have like a little more in your hands, kind of. Like I like chromatics that are a little heavier,
Oh man, I'm up there playing that thing, and all right, man. I want it to be as light as possible.
No, I like to feel the weight of an instrument, like with the chromatic and stuff,
Yeah, that makes sense actually. With the chromatic for sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've picked up some full metal harmonicas before, and man, it's like a pick. But yeah.
Yeah. What's the best place for people to check out recordings of you, check out your music? I linked your website, your Facebook, and Instagram.
Yeah, pretty much. And
your
Facebook
YouTube too.
Is nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Facebook is nice, but the thing with Facebook is it cuts off at 5,000 friends, and it really sucks because I have like a bunch of requests, and like I can't get to them all because I don't have any room. That's why Instagram is probably the best one for me, which is, I don't know, make sure, I think it's Kyle Rowland Blues is the one we put on there, right? Because there's another Instagram that's linked to my band. I don't use hardly ever, but Kyle Rowland Blues, that one's my Instagram. So that's a great way to connect. I don't really post as much music stuff of me playing harmonica. I really don't. I really probably should do that more. I just don't know how to really like approach what content I should do. I feel like, if I should do like a lick of the week or something, or I don't know, man. I think about that. But my website's a great place. I have some link put on my website, which is linked below, KyleRowlandBlues.com. And YouTube, I put some videos of the band. But I think that's like something that I know I need to work on is putting more content out there. Pretty much, like I should probably like what we do and do a weekly or monthly type of situation of demonstrating something on the harmonica, but I haven't figured out like what I want to do yet, and maybe it'll come. I don't know. We'll see. I know I need to be better about that.
Yeah.
Those links that you added, those are the best ways to either get a hold of me or check out some music or just say hello. I'm just down to say hi.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah. So thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Really, it's a real pleasure.
And I'm sure we're gonna meet in person at Spa at some point.
Yeah, or maybe I'll come over to Germany one of these days.
Oh yeah, yeah, true. I mean, harmonica festivals over in Europe, in Asia. Gotta check them out. Yeah.
Accept us blues musicians over, like in those.
Oh, definitely.
esteemed
Yeah. Man, in Asia they are huge blues fans.
Okay, all right. Sign me up.
So that definitely works. Nice, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Check out the description box. You got Kyle's website there, the Instagram and everything. And yeah, we did like 3 great streams this month. You can still check out the stream we did on Friday. Was it Friday? No, it was on Thursday with Elijah, and we had the trap harmonica challenge yesterday. Did you ever play trap on the harmonica?
I don't even know what that is. Are you talking about Elijah, my buddy down in LA?
Yeah,
Elijah?
exactly.
Yeah, that's my buddy. I love that guy. He's a good dude. So good dude.
And we got like monthly harmonica challenges coming up again on Twitch. So got to think of a new topic instead of trap. You got an idea for a topic?
What is trap? What is that?
Trap is just like a style of music, like a subgenre of hip hop.
Oh yeah, you lost me there, man. I don't. Yeah, I don't like a topic about the harmonica. Maybe like how to fix them or how to tune them. Have you done that yet? Like how to actually do.
Oh yeah.
Scraping.
But it's kind of hard to turn that into a challenge. Like it's like everybody records themselves in a video, and then we check out all the submissions on stream, and then people can win harmonicas and stuff, you know?
Oh, a challenge. I see what you're saying. Okay.
So it's hard to do that with...
Yeah, that wouldn't work at all. Okay, I thought you were talking about like content for the next episode or something. My bad. Yeah, I don't know. For a challenge of harmonica, maybe like how many push-ups you can do with a harmonica in your mouth.
I like that one.
I can do right now at this time of my life. I can do 0.5, meaning I can go down. That's all I got.
But that would be actually interesting, because like we went through like a lot of styles and genres and like positions to play in, whatever. Now we got to start combine harmonica playing with other stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you like a neck rack and people can wash the dishes while playing harmonica. How many dishes can you wash in 30 seconds while playing harmonica? I don't know.
Yeah.
This is probably why. This is probably why I don't have a channel.
Just like playing harmonica in like unusual situations, or.
Yeah. Yeah. What is the craziest situation you could do playing a harmonica? Like gardening, doing the dishes, taking a shower. So don't show the video on that one.
That's good. I mean, that has some viral potential too. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're going to do some Christmas stuff first, but that's a good idea for the next one. Thank you, man. So, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And I'll see you in November. Christmas challenge is coming up. Get ready. Bye-bye.
My lady, you know me, no forgive up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we they go? Now forward ever, backward never. Them they pray make we run down never, 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 never. I'ma get that low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move they never know, they never know. Money go check I know. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move they never know, they never know. They never know. They never know. Without you, baby, the journey go too rough. So you know, girl, I be feeling this love. Even when I'm down, you wanna waiting this up. It's not blessing, I'ma no be luck. Baby, nobody feel day like you. Rara, rara. I say nobody feel make me feel the way you do. Rara, rara. I'ma get that low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move they never know, they never know. Money go check I know. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move they never know.